following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No, please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So Oz, I was talked into watching the Bird Box movie, and I watched it, and it's a good Netflix movie. But I know you've seen it. So what are your thoughts on Bird Box and the movie that it's being really compared to is A Quiet Place, and how would you compare it to A Quiet Place?
Well, I mean, look, man, it's accurate. It's accurate to compare it to A Quiet Place. It's about the senses, and we love any movie about the five senses, Why do you think we love big explosion action movies? So this particular one was about having to get around without using your sight. It kind of reminded me of that one movie with Julianne Moore, way back in the 90s, I think. Man, it was something weird. But anyway, so I'm always curious about this. I'm always wondering, because it was a book first. It was a book and then it was a movie. So I always wonder if Bird Box would have been released before Quiet Place, if Quiet Place would have still gotten all that hype. I mean, part of the hype behind Quiet Place was that, one, it was well done, and two, it was just that it was under the fever pitch of the whole actor turned writer turned director kind of thing, on some Jordan Peele stuff too, like Get Out. It was around about that whole certain time, and it felt good. But it was nice to see Sandra Bullock back out in the action again. Again, like I said, I always love a good interracial story. I'm cool. It was cool.
No,
it was cool for a Netflix flick.
Yeah, and that's where I think that's where I think it should be. It's a good Netflix movie. I think some of the big differences between Bird Box and A Quiet Place is A Quiet Place gives you a lot more answers and there's a lot more closure to the characters. Now I know there's not as many characters, but I think they each have a full story arc. And I think Bird Box, there's a lot. It's a good movie. The ending was changed from the book, but I just feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions. It'd have been nice to get a shot of some of the monsters. I know they did the drawings and stuff, but but
hey,
go ahead.
But here, to your point, man, it felt like it was A Quiet Place was a little bit better because there weren't so many characters. You could really get a chance to delve into each character. Bird Box had 40,000 characters, including Water Gun. What's his name? Machine Gun Kelly or whatever his name is.
Did you just call that man Water Gun Kelly?
Man, dude, that guy, dude, he's is he a rapper? Is he a actor? Is he an actor turned rapper? Is he a rapper turned actor? Is he? He is a
Water Gun Kelly.
He is a Enigma wrapped in a box to me, dude. And actually, I don't even feel like opening the box up.
I like Machine Gun Kelly. He's all right. He's got a few good songs. His song against Eminem was good. Eminem killed him, but his song against Eminem was good.
Man, can I just say something, man? Dude, you cannot call another person. It's just kind of odd when two white people are calling each other devil. This is weird. It's just weird, you know. I'm like, what's going on? And then that cat was, hey man, not to deviate, but look, man, that cat, the MGK, he was on Breakfast Club, and he was ridiculous, dude.
He was promoting, he was trying to hype himself during his little beef and stuff.
But here's the thing, Ray Scott. This cat out of his mouth, he said, they said, how was that Eminem diss song against you? Any person to me, I would have been like, that song was a 0, a -4. This cat said 6. Someone made a diss song about you, and you're giving it props. You could at least put it under 5, so you can be like, it's not worthy of it.
Hey, look, that's how you know he felt that song and it hit him, because he gave it a 6.
Dude, that cat. That's how you know that cat heard that song, and it was an automatic sense thing. His head started bobbing to the beat. He was just like, oh wait, what am I doing, man? This is a diss song about me. Yeah, he was tapping his foot to the song, and he was like, whoa, I gotta calm down. This ain't cool. Yeah, this cat said a 6.
Hey, look, he also said on that interview, he was like, yeah, I heard the song, I had my track ready, and then I heard it, and so I put mine back.
Yeah, dude, this cat might as well. Next time, just go. Yeah, that was a great diss song, and it worked. Or just. Man, let me be your promoter. Let me be your agent, MGK. Because you need to be out there and be like, yo, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate that diss song? I don't rate it. Story's over with. This cat said 6.
Hey, look, there's a reason people don't have beef with Eminem. I'm just going to leave it at that.
They can't take it. Man, dude, he will chew you up and spit you out. And this cat is like, yeah, man, I'm a gazillionaire. I got nothing else to do except for like diss people. He got so much. Eminem has so much time on his hands that because he's so rich that he's like, yo, I watch World Star and I get mad because people are talking stuff, so I get angry. I'm like, no, dude, go invest your money in something, dude. This cat, dude. Oh my god.
Well, at least he's reading. He's got a dictionary handy. At least he's reading.
Oh, this cat has a thesaurus on his phone, just he's literally waiting for someone. Like seriously, Twix said, try Twix instead of M&M's. He's like, oh, they're dissing me. No, we were talking about the candy, man. He's like, okay, I'm putting out a track. I was like, whoa, easy, son. Easy.
Hey, you see that dude put out a whole album against people.
Dude, I joke, but he dissed Earl the Sweatshirt or Earl Sweatshirt, whatever that cat's name is, man.
Hey, look, but to be fair, Lucky You, that song will be on my rotation list for a long time. That's a fire track, and Joyner Lucas is a beast.
Dude, I'm like, yo, can we get Eminem back into the acting game, dude?
No, he's not going to act again. He did his 8 Mouth thing because he was him. He's not acting anymore. He's not doing anything anymore. He's just chilling. Let that man chill.
What they should have did, not they. Hey, look, man. Instead of releasing Homeboy, a Split Man on Wanted, they should have made Wanted just like the storyline.
That I agree with.
Release it as a movie. And put Eminem in it because that's who he was based off of.
And look, especially at that time frame when he was like still that crazy younger guy.
Dude, that if they would have did it just like that, they would have blew minds. And I'm telling you this.
Hey, before you continue, give everyone a little backstory about how the Wanted comic book is pretty much based on Eminem.
Oh well, look, like Mark Millar, right? Miller, and he wrote this story, and Wanted is what would happen. And by the way, people are all tripping, going, "Oh man, Logan blew my mind, bro. It was crazy." I was like, Man, Mark did that story billions of years ago when he did Wanted. Wanted basically it's a universe where
The comic is.
The comic is based off a universe. Sorry, yeah, thank you, Ray Scott. The comic is based off a universe where all the bad guys got together and they said, "Fuck this, let's get them," and they destroyed all the superheroes, and they did it in the most nastiest ways. Everybody, read the story. I'm gonna give you an example of one story. They turned that universe's Superman into a dude on an oxygen tank in a wheelchair, dreaming about how he used to be a Superman. Like
it's
he
a
was
brutal story.
They turned Batman, the Batman and Robin characters, dude. They turned them into actors, like they were like Adam West, you know. They got nasty. They divided the countries up.
They made sure to use characters that you could recognize as their counterparts.
It was so good. And like, so the Eminem character, his father was like the #1 deadly, crazy hitman assassin, and he got taken out. It's a big subplot. And so, turns out Eminem gets trained. He hooks up with this girl who looks just like, I think they should have cast Halle Berry in it, dude, to be that chick. You know, because she was older. It was based off of that. They would have mopped up loot, dude. And Eminem would have forever. Halle Berry would have been put back on the map as a cool actress. Eminem would have been cemented in the sci-fi.
Was that before or after Catwoman? Would that have been before?
It was after Catwoman. It would have brought legitimacy back to her.
Gotcha. All right. I just wanted to know the time frame because Catwoman did a number on her.
Oh yeah. But they flipped it, and Mark did her looking like Catwoman, but she was badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I like that.
They flipped the whole script on it, and like the last page is bullshitty, and it's just lazy, and it's just like F you to the world. But that whole story, if they would have did it just like that, it would have been rad. It would have been awesome, man.
And the Wanted movie is good. It's a good movie.
It's good, man. You know, they did a video game off that shit too.
Yeah, the video game. Well, at least when I played it back then, it was pretty cool. I don't know how it holds up.
But I'll tell you, dude, the Wanted movie was just kind of stupid. It just it had all the, it was good, but it had all the heavy hitters, and it's like, I see your whatever the budget was, half of that was for the talent.
Yeah, hey, so y'all should definitely check that out. That Wanted comic, it's really good.
Yeah, and we totally deviated off of A Quiet Place
and Birdbox,
but to bring it back full circle,
Super Soaker Kelly just might not be cutting it.
Yeah, dude,
let's bring it back full circle.
Yeah, full circle. Don't diss Eminem. Waterlogged Kelly. I just like that guy, dude. He just on that Breakfast Club interview, he came off crazy. Like, but
Waterlogged Kelly.
Whatever, dude. Man.
That's great.
I'm not trying to diss, but
no, you are. That's great. I love it.
Birdbox is cool.
Birdbox is cool.
But I'm telling you, man, A Quiet Place. Like, people were in the audience, like, quiet as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's the quietest I've ever had a theater.
Yeah.
Easily the quietest I've ever had a theater.
Yeah.
But and I think kind of, and it's a lot of what you said too. I think what separates A Quiet Place from Bird Box even, and from a lot of other horror movies is it's a slow burn, tension building movie. But everything serves a purpose. Like, everything that they're doing at the beginning when it's slow and stuff.
It's methodical.
It's methodical, but it all serves a purpose at the end.
Right.
Like, everything they show, all the things they're doing, all the things they're not doing, it all serves a purpose. And I really like that. And I think you want your strong female characters and stuff. And the female Emily Blunt was amazing in A Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, she's great.
I mean,
Great.
the pregnant woman, spoiler alert, but she steps on a shard of, or like a nail, and she's pregnant going into labor, and she can't make a sound. And she is sucking it up like a beast.
Yeah.
You know, like those moments right there, because it's built up so well where you can't make the first 5 minutes of the movie set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
You remember like the opening scene and stuff on that bridge, and just the horror of what happens, and it's, you know, if you haven't seen it, the first 5 minutes set the tone.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was super well done, and hey, now check this out. The first 5 minutes of A Quiet Place set the tone for the movie. The first 5 minutes of Bird Box made you go, man, this is kind of like World War Z. This is weird.
And I, you know, a lot of people don't like the ending of Bird Box. I like the ending. You know, if you're gonna have a happy ending, I kind of like what they did with the blind people and stuff. Even though the book ending, I think that would have been a better movie ending as far as like a Netflix movie.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. In the book, when they get to the safe haven, it's you know how what's the black guy's name in the movie that she's with,
right?
But him and, you know, they're arguing, talking about, and she's telling him, what if it's nothing like that? You know, what if it's just people just like us over there with nothing, no shelter? And that kind of ends up being the case. People are still blindfolded because they're not completely safe from the monsters. There's a few blind people there, but they end up trying to gouge their eyes out and stuff, and it gets real brutal in the book. I think that would have been a cool ending.
Wow, yeah. Well, it was.
I think that's it. I haven't read the book. I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
It's the Hollywood ending, man. You know what I'm saying? Did they have to make it kind of like Happy Jack for everybody?
Yeah, I know. It can't be like a Black Mirror type thing.
Right, exactly.
Bandersnatch. Have you seen Bandersnatch?
Man, it's on the list, dude.
Well, listen, if you do watch it, you need to set some time because you're going to have to, there's a lot of options to go through.
Well, so my whole thing for tomorrow morning is to get my headphones on, have my cup of coffee, have a couple of Reese's Pieces, and then just watch that first thing in the morning and just do my interactive thing.
Okay. Do your interactive thing. So out of 10, what are you giving Bird Box?
Whew. In honor of Watership Down Kelly, I'm going to give it a 6.
I was hoping you weren't going to do that because I was going to say something about him too and give it a 6. I was hoping you weren't going to do that because I wanted to do it.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. It's not even hating. It's just like minds, dude. That's all.
Well, I mean, it's a good Netflix movie. You know, it's a good 2 hours. And it does keep you on your toes. I will say that. But, it's a good Netflix movie. I'll leave it at that.
It's not the movie event like everyone's saying, but it's something if you got some free time in between trips or something like that, that's the kind of movie you want to watch. Yeah,
I agree. And let's cut this Bird Box challenge out too. Let's cut that out.
Yeah, what is that about, man?
I don't know. People just blindfolded themselves trying to do. Hey, let's cut that out. You know, if it's like if you're shooting a video when you're trying to do, that's cool. But let's not just do it just to do it.
Yo, man, like here goes. Let me. I want to just try to. And all jokes aside, people out there, you know, all of our listeners, they go tell your friends. When that Drake challenge was out, when that Tide Pod challenge was out, when the Bird Box challenge was out, y'all need to do that. Why?
You don't though. Like you don't.
The cinnamon challenge. Why you or the people on top of the tallest buildings on a hoverboard hovering their life away? I'm like, why, dude? You don't need to do. You want some excitement? Go to your local library and say, I'm going to read the entire encyclopedia for the month of January. Yeah, live your life on the edge that way. These cats, man. These cats just want bored.
That's
you
it.
know?
That's it.
Bored,
or want attention.
Yeah, or I want to be a Instagram, Facebook star for a hot second, so I'm going to do the Bird Box challenge.
Trying to go viral.
You want to do a real Bird Box challenge? Stick your head in an actual bird box.
Blindfolded.
Blindfolded. That's all you got to do. You know, hey, wait, here. To all of our viewers, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to be controversial, you know, or have anybody like kind of sue us because we don't have any money. Here's my Bird Box challenge. This is Ozzy Killmonger's Bird Box challenge to everybody out there. Blindfold yourself.
Oh my gosh.
And write Bird Box and see how well you do.
That's not bad. Hey, actually, y'all do that. Send us put a picture on Twitter and add us at NE for Marvel vs. DC.
That's our Bird Box challenge.
Yeah, hey, that's our Bird Box challenge. Do that.
Hey, and please be safe with the pen and pencil, please, everybody.
Don't write on yourself. You got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, get yourself a sheet of paper and a pen and write Bird Box and see how well you do and send it to us. That's our Bird Box challenge to you.
Hey, I want to see let me see some pictures, man. If somebody does end up doing that, they might get something special in the mail. You never know.
Yeah, dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you do it creatively and well enough, you might get something special. Hey, don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Okay, y'all don't cheat, man. Just come correct. Just do yourself a favor. See, that's living life on the edge to me. Okay. Right.
Yeah, I want to see how that goes.
Okay. Just
all right.
saying.
Well, that's Bird Box for you. We got a lot more to get into. We're going to get into a nice little review of Titans. We have our first Marvel vs. DC Battleground, and then I think Oz has watched a couple episodes of Young Justice. Am I correct?
No, you're totally incorrect. I have watched all 3 episodes.
My man. So he can give us a little preview of that.
Oh, dude.
But look, before we get too deep into that, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger Craven the Hunter. How you doing?
What up, people? This Ozzy Killmonger just here, enjoying another awesome show, man. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback from everybody. It's been making me really happy, man. Very happy.
Oh, let me clarify that. We all haven't been getting positive feedback, but
to be 100% Regular Scott is correct. I've been happy for the feedback that we've been getting. So
Oz has been getting. I got some bad feedback. I think I've been giving out some some misinformation. So
no, don't take it personal. And say it was misinformation. Just say you were wrong. And that
I wasn't completely wrong, though. We'll talk about that later. Anyway.
Yeah, man, because this is like the Matrix, dude. Because it's different from being in like the real world than being in the Matrix, dude. Because that Twitter world is the Matrix. You know, all them Twitter votes are the Matrix, dude. Now you got to be in the real world, man. I'm just saying.
Come on, dude.
Take the right pill, dude.
I'm picking blue.
Okay, picking blue. Okay.
So, some little news tidbits. Aquaman has become the highest grossing DCEU movie overseas, internationally, since The Dark Knight Rises.
Hey, now look, Regular Scott, but don't you think I know there are lots of problems, including Mira's hair.
Your favorite.
But don't you think that it deserves to be better than Justice League and Batman versus Superman? Those are bad movies.
See, here's the thing.
What a great origin story. What a great villain too.
I can't deny great villains. They have 2 great villains.
Oh, absolutely.
And I can't deny any of that, but I will say I am partial. I enjoy Batman vs. Superman for nothing else than just seeing them 2 on the screen together. And not to mention Wonder Woman.
Just seeing Wonder Woman.
Yeah, like seeing that on the screen is I mean that was something I but I really wasn't expecting to see as soon as I did.
Well, and you know what? And that's a really good point, man. Regular Scott, that's awesome because people forget. Everybody was so hungry for a Batman versus Superman, because the last time people had anything like that, and this is truthful, it was that Batman versus Superman animated thing where they fought the Joker and Lex Luthor.
Yep. Yeah. Because I don't think the Dark Knight Returns animated movie hadn't come out yet, right?
Nope. Well, and because there were a couple, and even then, you had these tidbits. It was building momentum because you had that Superman versus Batman, and then you had a little sneak tidbit in Batman Beyond when Terry had to fight the future Justice League and he fought Superman.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And everybody was just like, "Oh my God, dude, what would happen if they had a live action?" And they were building momentum towards that. And you know what? You had such a great point, dude. People were hungry for it, and they got a chance to see that. If only for that.
Yeah, I mean, if only. And let me tell you something. If that would have been, if he would have put out the Ultimate Edition and just went ahead and made it 3 hours, I think it would have did better.
Well,
that's just, and that I could be wrong about that, but that's my personal opinion about that.
Well, the problem is, dude, why'd you have to deviate from the story? Jimmy Olsen, make Jimmy Olsen. If you're going to kill him off, make him be a reporter and let him be the reporter in a foreign land.
Or have him be the one that died in the rubble from Man of Steel or something. You know, have it have some type of correlation to the story.
Yeah, just something, dude. Everything was just so hodgepodge, dude.
And I think he tried to put too many stories in there. He tried to do Batman vs Superman, the death of Superman. Like that's a lot to put into a movie like that. And then you throw in Wonder Woman. I like the movie. I like the movie for what I said earlier, but there are a lot of plot holes in it.
It was very congested.
I could watch it again though.
I watched it again. I watched it again just for some of the fight scenes, dude, and just for some of like.
Oh, speaking of the fight scenes, that warehouse fight scene, I will go on record and say that is the best Batman fight scene, live action. Period.
Oh man, everybody got all googly eyed when Batman Begins came and he was upside down. And that guy was like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "Here." You know, but dude, that was nothing in comparison to that fight scene in the warehouse scene.
I'm going on record for that right there.
That cat, and that Batman taking his batarang and using it to throw the box across to hit a villain. That was a direct tie-in that led to Batwoman doing the same thing in Elseworld.
Look at you throwing some Easter eggs out there.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Here's what I want. Here's in my perfect world, a perfect Batman movie. Christopher Nolan writes the story. Zack Snyder does the fight scenes and all the visuals.
Yeah.
That's a perfect Batman.
Yeah, dude. I just like, again.
Because if there's one thing I didn't like about the Dark Knight series, it was the fight scenes. They weren't terrible, but they were not great fight scenes. A lot of cuts.
No. They were not great at all. And also, you know, the other side of that too was just like, fuck, dude, Batman doesn't kill. Like Zach, like having Batman use a gun and killing, it was just stupid, you know.
At least he wasn't egregious with it like Joss Whedon was in Justice League and had him just rip a gun out of a parademon's hand and just start blasting people out the air. Why would he do that? He would never do that.
Yeah, you know,
that's egregious.
It's very strange. It was just very strange. The whole gun thing is just very weirdo. You know, if he were to take the gun, he would at least use the butt of it to start beating parademons, or he would like use it to like make it like explode or something like that. It was very strange.
Questionable decisions all around, and
folks, let's also remember before we move on, Batman. It's not that Batman doesn't know how to use a gun; it's Batman doesn't like using guns.
And he says that multiple times.
Yeah, it's like there's that whole people remember Quigley Down Under. Tom Selleck, God, man. I mean, he used to be awesome until he lost his mind. But just being, anyway, not even trying to be political, but Quickly Down Under is awesome. There's a scene where he's like an amazing sharpshooter, dude. He can, and this is like in the West, in the old West of Australia. He could take out anybody. And so at the very end of the movie, it's him versus, I think, like 5 guys or something. They're like, take away his rifle. He's no good. And they give him a gun. And then he goes and he like takes out all 5 of them and he goes, I never said I don't know how to use a gun. I just prefer not to use the gun. And that was just the best scene ever. That was the best scene ever.
Classic. Oz bringing the classics.
It's such a good movie. It's such a good movie, dude. Really good movie. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. They are in development of creating a Long Halloween 2-part animated movie.
Regular Scott, my prediction, he is going to have sex with who? Robin or Batgirl again.
Robin? He's going to have sex with Robin?
They have to do something stupid. Like they did
with Robin?
With the killing. Dude, they have to do. The only reason I say that is because why did they have him having sex with Batgirl in The Killing Joke? You made the movie a killing joke you made the movie a joke by doing that.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
You know what? If y'all haven't seen that movie by now, dude, that's all on you, man. Go get on. I told y'all to go download and get DC Universe. You just binge watch everything.
No, you're right, man. You're right.
Yeah, and it is a spoiler. I apologize, but just like, man, why would you do that? If you can go in and get the director's cut of that and take out that part of it, it is a brilliant, awesome movie.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, and it makes you question. You know what? I've been watching the Surviving R. Kelly little thing that's been on.
Yep.
And let me tell you something. The correlation between that little documentary and that movie, just off of that scene, it makes you. You know what I'm saying? It puts Batman in a whole new light.
And I'm gonna take it like this, dude. And I promise you this. I promise you. People, please, Scott, get the people to talk about this because this is important. Man, whoever the writer was or whoever the executives was who said do that, they were trying to do a big fuck you to Batman and fuck you to people who like Batman. And you know who else they were trying to fucking shit on? I think was it Neil Gaiman or Alan Moore who wrote The Killing Joke?
I think it was Alan Moore.
Alan Moore, they probably did that to piss off Alan Moore.
Why though? For what? Like what? For what game?
Because Alan Moore, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to do every kind of conspiracy theory. Alan Moore always is just like, dude, he denounces everything that he writes, right? Like anything that's been made into a movie, he says nope. He denounces it because they never get it right. Like V for Vendetta, he was like, no, it was not. He was like, that the whole plot line is wrong about it.
I like V for Vendetta.
The Watchmen, he said, give my money to Dave Gibbon.
I like Watchmen.
I know Watchmen. So I feel like that was a big going, oh yeah, Alan Moore, take this because it was so stupid. Literally, those 6 minutes, you take that out. You have a great movie. You leave that in. You have Surviving Batman.
Well,
on Lifetime.
It's not even that whole 6 minutes. There's a whole, like the first 30, 45 minutes is just a Barbara Gordon secret love of Batman subplot.
I know.
And the payoff is Batman's seducing her.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Or at least say this was a dream sequence, dude. This is so stupid.
No, here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. What would Jim think about all this? Were they just not going to tell Jim?
Dude, hold on.
They just not going to tell Jim?
I remember, and I always fall back on this in my head sometimes. I think it was towards what was it? Not Endgame or whatever. It was when Gotham had those terrible earthquakes, and it was just totally
0 year
destroyed.
Is it zero year?
No, it was. I don't think it was 0 year. It was. I gotta find out what it was. But the whole thing was everything was in disarray. people were losing their minds, and Batman is talking to Jim Gordon, and he goes, and Jim Gordon has his back to him, and Batman goes, he takes off his mask and goes, I need, everything's changed. I need to be completely honest with you. This is who I am. And Jim Gordon said, I'm not turning around. I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know who you are. You know, I always think about that scene. Imagine going, I need you to know who I am. And Jim Gordon's like, yeah, man, you fucked my daughter, dude. I'm about to kill you, dude.
Yeah, like, what if Barbara would have got pregnant?
Dude.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, what do you do about that?
No, dude, this is on some regular Scott stuff. This is the stuff that you should be upset about, regular Scott. How? What's Dick Grayson thinking about?
Oh, you, man. Come on, dude. I'm trying not to get fired up about it. Hey, look, Dick Grayson might kill him over that. Now, he wouldn't kill him, but he might sabotage him or something.
Dude, that would be the point. That's the thing that put him over the edge and said, hey, Captain America, I need to talk to you. We need to just bum rush this fool, man.
You know what? You're right. Like, and Batman knows how Dick feels about Barbara.
Hey, you want me to fuck up the whole scenario for you?
No. How can you do that anymore?
That whole Robin suit, the Robin suit that's spray painted by the Joker, and how it alludes to Batman going, "That's my greatest sin in the movies."
Yeah.
You know, that's because somehow Dick Grayson found out about Barbara Gordon. So put that conspiracy theory out there, dude.
Hey, look, it according to the Killing Joke, it's true.
Dude, I want you to think about this in your head. This cat did that to Barbara Gordon. He has affected Dick Grayson, Talia, Selena, Jim Gordon, and the Joker.
And you know more. And look, you go ahead and throw Alfred in there. Alfred ain't gonna be okay with that.
And has implicated Alfred in it, dude.
Alfred is not gonna be on board with that.
Yeah, dude, that's the subplot of that movie is the downfall of a hero, dude.
Well, we just kind of, I think we might have ruined that movie.
Well,
actually, we didn't do it, but
they did it.
Yeah. I'm disappointed, but back to your point. Let's bring that full circle. You're probably right. Batman or Robin. Well, actually not Robin, but Batman will probably have sex with somebody.
Yeah, dude.
Because Nightwing had sex with Harley Quinn in the Harley Quinn animated movie. I
know, and I was just like, "What the fuck is that?"
And I think she had him tied up.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Why are they doing this?
Yeah, dude.
Why are they trying to make these cartoons like super sexual just to do it? Are they trying to just get a PG-13 rating?
God knows what the fuck the Joker and Harley Quinn did to Tim Drake in The Return of the Joker.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying, dude? I'm like, man, y'all got to chill with this stuff. Because look, the Long Halloween is a brilliant story.
The Killing Joke is a brilliant story.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, there's that. So, before we get any further,
I'm bummed out and depressed now.
All right, we'll go have a few sips of your beer, and I'm gonna plug a couple things.
Nah, I need whiskey, but go ahead, man.
All right, we'll go get your whiskey, and I'll plug.
Okay,
don't forget, you can find us on Twitter at @4MarvelVsDC, the number 4. You can email us at @4MarvelVsDC@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at @4MarvelVsDC. Comment, like us, subscribe. We're on iTunes, Radio Public, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio. What else? Anything else?
Man, yeah, geez. Go to Fi Life, man.
God, there it is. Go to FiLife.com. Definitely check out the website.
Get on that, man, because there's lots of like really awesome podcasts out of that, and very happy and proud to be part of that, movement. So it's good. Just, Yeah,
definitely check out the website. Shout out to Movie Man Miggs. He's always got great reviews. We got the flagship, the Fi Life podcast. And, there's a whole bunch of other shows on there. We got sports shows. They got the Len and Kim show. I'm going to tell you what, they're funny. Y'all would love
they're
them.
great.
They're
They're
great.
great.
So look, that's all the free plugging we doing though.
Yeah, well, I want to plug one more thing. I want to plug our before we do anything. And as I'm sipping on my whiskey, hey man, I want to plug our listeners, man. Me and Regular Scott, and shout out to Bees, man.
Shout out to
Regular
Bees.
Scott and Bees have been constantly finding out and been pleasantly surprised that our listeners have been some of the smartest people on the planet. Not just in nerdom, but on the planet. They know their stuff.
True that.
They
Shout
know
out to
their
y'all.
stuff.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we really appreciate y'all.
All right, let's get off the sappy stuff. It's time for the Battleground.
Oh man, here we go.
So, we're doing the Battleground, and Captain America won for Marvel. He beat out Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk. No, let me hold on. Let me give you the exact ones. He beat out I'm sorry, no Iron Man. He beat out Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Wolverine.
Yep.
And then on the DC side, and look, I know all the listeners and stuff. I know y'all did that for me. I know this result is for your boy.
Yeah, hey, and by the way, if it turns out to what I think it's going to turn out to be, you guys are accomplices and complacent in this travesty. Yeah, y'all got to come correct, man. But go ahead, man. I'm gonna try and be pleasantly surprised, and not be even more upset. Because I have a feeling with your little giddy laugh that I know what this is turning out to be, dude.
The 4 choices are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Trinity. Top 3 DC characters of all time, and Nightwing, my boy. And let me just say, with over 51% of the vote,
Wonder Woman.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah. God. Look, man. I get it.
Hey, shout out. Hey, just like I said, shout out to the listeners. I know y'all did that for me.
That's great. But, man, I want y'all to really think about your choices that you make in life. Okay? This is like the Birdbox challenge. This is like some Tide Pod. This is even Machine Gun Kelly. It's all related. Nightwing. Y'all voted for Nightwing on the DC side to go up against Captain America on the Marvel side. What do y'all have against DC? Because Marvel will get stomped, man. They would just put on their boots and start kicking ass, man.
Well, see, here's the thing. The Captain America is Sam Wilson.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I left that part out, huh?
Oh, cool. Then the Nightwing is the Nightwing from Kandor. Awesome. Word. Got it.
No. This Twitter post says Dick Grayson Nightwing.
Oh, wait. So that Twitter post said Sam Wilson?
Yeah.
Captain America? No, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, it said Sam Wilson. Then it said like Miles Morales.
Nah, dude. Okay,
yeah. No, I'm just playing.
Okay, because I'm like, Miles Morales, it was never Captain America, but okay.
No, I'm talking about for the Spider-Man pick.
Okay, that's cool.
No, I'm just playing. No, it's Dick Grayson versus Steve Rogers.
Yeah, and Steve Rogers would be like, he would go, son, you really don't want to do this.
No, he would do what he would be like Spider. He would be like, hey, are you sure you don't have to do this? We don't have to do this.
He said, like before, he would look at the sweat dropping down Dick Grayson's forehead and go, now listen, before we get this, is there anybody who wants to leave the Batcave?
Before we start, does anyone want to get off?
And Dick Grayson's going to be like, yo, dude, I don't want to fight. And he tries to run away. And then Batman's going to swoop down and go, no, you better get your ass back in there and fight. So it's going to be nasty, dude.
Well, see, here's the thing. Nightwing's going to get a couple extra shots in that he normally wouldn't because he's going to have a lot of aggression because then Batman's going to be like, and I had sex with Barbara.
Oh, God, dude. He's going to be, hey, by the way, Barbara's pregnant with my child.
Oh, hey, let me tell you something. Nightwing's going to get a couple licks in on because of that. He's going to have a little adrenaline going.
Then Nightwing's going to be like, you know what? You're such an asshole, Bruce. I should have stayed with the Court of the Owls.
No, he's gonna be like, you know what, Bruce? I'm not fighting him. You fight him.
No, he's gonna regular Scott. He's gonna go. You know what? When I was robbing Two-Face beat my ass with a crowbar, and Alfred was scared I was going to die. That didn't hurt as much as the news of what you just said in my ear. Captain America, there's nothing you can do to me anymore. I'm already beaten.
Hey, that might work.
Captain America's like, damn, Bruce, you're an asshole, dude.
No, look, Captain America's gonna be like, you know what, man? I can't fight you. You win.
No, he's gonna be like, you are so pathetic, and your mentor.
Hey, first of all, don't talk about Dick Grayson like that.
I apologize. He's gonna be like, you are so pathetic and sad, and your mentor is such an asshole.
You're so disrespectful.
Oh no, dude! But here, I was just envisioning this battle, and I was going, literally, them two square off. Cap says, "Son, you don't want to do this." Nightwing does it. They get some fights in. Of course, Nightwing's gonna get some good shots in.
Listen, I know he can't win, but Nightwing's a heck of a fighter.
I get it. Look, man, I get it because Nightwing's gonna fight and do his thing, and they're gonna start matching acrobatics for acrobatics, and Captain America won't get tired. Nightwing will get tired because he's a human. Captain America doesn't get tired as fast, right?
No doubt.
And so, like they're fighting, and then eventually Captain America just dominates and crushes Nightwing. Right? It gets brutal on him.
If nothing else, he'll just wear him down.
But then he goes, I don't want to do this anymore because I know the consequences if I do any more harm. Your mentor will be on me, and I'm talking about our Batman. Not Killing Joke Batman, not the movie Killing Joke Batman, who's an asshole, but our good Batman. He'd be like, I know what Batman would do to me. And so then I just see Batman and Captain America squaring off, and then it just turns into this mayhem of fucked up shit. Because he goes, hold on, because look, Captain America's like, oh, cool, man. And then you see Batman's like, well, I'm not alone. He busts out Jason Todd. You see in the works, Winter Soldier comes out. Those two square off, and then you see Sam scoop down. Batwing scoops down. Then those two start fighting.
What? No! You're not just gonna kick Dick Grayson out the thing for Batwing.
Oh no, dude! Dick Grayson has been hurt, and he's still trying to get up, but he's been beaten up and hurt. Everybody's just starting doing their stuff, and then you see Selena's like, "Oh, well, you can't be fucking with Dick Grayson, my man." And then Captain America's like, he whistles. And then you see Peggy, Sharon, and Black Widow come out, and it gets nasty, dude. Everybody's fighting, and at the very last scene, this is the very last scene you get. You get this: Tony Stark in a helicopter. He's not gonna be Iron Man. He's just in a helicopter, and he's talking to Bruce Banner, a regular Bruce Banner, and and their helicopter is right over top of Wayne Manor, and he just drops Bruce Banner down, turns into the Hawk. And he whispers these one words. I think Bruce Wayne might have fucked Betty Ross, and that's it.
Well, listen, if that were to happen, I'm sure Batman would have Superman on speed dial for that,
dude. And then Captain America's best friend, Warriors to the End, is Thor, Magic Thor.
Okay, and you can bring in Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman can handle Thor.
Dude.
No?
Dude.
No?
Man, we make it real simple. We make this real simple, and I ain't trying to be a jerk. I try and be good about things. Avengers Assemble. Scarlet Witch, come on in. Come on, dude. You ain't got nothing, dude. You ain't got nothing, dude. Come on.
I ain't got nothing for what? Scarlet Witch?
Oh, because you know who the best match for Wonder Woman is? Valkyrie from the Defenders.
Valkyrie's in the Defenders?
The old school Defenders from the 80s and 90s had Nighthawk, Kyle Richmond Nighthawk, Doctor Strange, Damien, the son of the devil, Hellcat, this kind of like woman in 5'5".
Wait a minute. They had a character named Damien, the son of the devil?
He literally was an adult, and he had like a pentagram on his chest, and he was in
Was he before or after Damian Wayne?
Oh, he was way before Damien. He was kind of based off of Damien the Omen.
So Damien is based off of. Okay, we got it.
Well, you should get it
because
straight.
Damien in DC is the son of the devil, pretty much.
Damien is based off of Damien from The Omen, I think.
Is he though? Because the Omen, I feel like Damien's a little bit more tongue in cheek than the Omen kid. The Omen kid's just creepy.
Dude, if you go back and look at some of the mannerisms of the Omen kid, how he's just very like the old Omen movies. Like there was a whole trilogy of them.
Oh, I've seen the first one,
where he's just like very like kind of stoic all the time. You know that reminds me of Damien.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but so like no. Anyway.
All right. So Captain America would be nice because he would wear him. He would wear him down, and I can't really. I don't have. Now let me ask you this. Dick Grayson versus Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Ugh. I got to be honest, man. Unless Sam Wilson, he's been tied. They have equal fighting skills, but Dick Grayson is just more of an acrobat.
Okay. What about Dick Grayson versus Winter Soldier, Captain America?
Yeah, they try to play that bullshit.
Oh, they did that in Bat in the Sun, right?
Bat of the Sun. Remember that one, dude? And for the most part, it's okay. But they really forget this thing. Basically, Winter Soldier has a form of the Super Soldier Serum, and he has a like cybernetic arm that boosts his strength.
I mean, he used it a couple times though.
You know, and he's got the same crazy fighting skill as Captain America. And just so it's wild, dude. And Winter Soldier's not afraid to use guns either, man.
Or kill, like no hesitation killing.
Yeah, he's not.
But that was a good fight. I think Nightwing held his own.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. I like the Wolverine Wonder Woman one. That one was good.
That one, shout out to Bat in the Sun. I wish they'd do another one. They did a Thor versus Superman one that was like, okay, the Batman versus
Darth Vader.
The alternate scene was really good. That was kind of cool.
That's a good one too. They did a Power Rangers one.
I know, dude. They did a Power Rangers one with Street Fighter.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool. Have you speaking of Power Rangers? Have you seen the little short Power Rangers, like a 15-minute movie on the internet?
I did a while ago.
Maybe it might be a little longer than that. But.
Well, it was the one about where it's like the future and it's pretty like they're being hunted and stuff like that. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I think Power Rangers. I think Power Rangers could make a big comeback if they decided to do like a little gritty version of it.
Well, they I think there's like a Dynamite Comics or whatever. They produce a kind of little grittier.
Oh yeah. No, that comic is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's good.
Well, hey, speaking of animated things, did you ever see that Batman versus the Terminator animated one?
I do. No, I don't.
Oh wow, dude! It's a short, and it's an indie short, and it's set in the future, and it's Batman. He's all gristly and bearded, and he's fighting Terminators. It's really crazy, dude.
No, that's cool.
And another cool one is they did in celebration of Batman's like 50th or 75th anniversary. They did a Batman Beyond and Batman in the Batcave fighting all these versions of evil Batman. It was cool.
No, I like that. I like little alternate things like that. So I guess it's decided. Nightwing wins this fight.
Yes, Nightwing wins the fight, but he has to answer, and he just has to talk to Bruce about him and Barbara. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be that's the real one. Dick's like, yo, bump this fight. This ain't the fight I want. I'm trying to fight Bruce now.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
All right. So since Captain America took that one, I'll give you.
Crushed him.
He didn't crush me. You can pick the next Battleground topics.
Now did we do one?
That was the first one.
Man.
So I need 4 Marvel, 4 DC for the listeners to vote on, and then we'll have another Battleground.
Well, okay. So here's my thought on this. Do you want to do I was thinking of this while I was taking a shower. Though I think of very weird things when I take a shower, so I apologize.
They do not want to hear about what you're thinking about in the shower.
Dude, and I sing a lot too. I don't sing any R. Kelly songs, but I sing a lot.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Yeah, man, it's the remix. It's the remix to the Pistons.
Yo, they have. It's like that documentary little series, man. I did not really know every single one of those songs was about like some girl. Like it's like this is crazy, and it's not like and people knew about this. Like I was a kid, so I didn't.
People, the execs don't care because they make some money.
I was a kid, so I didn't really know what was going on.
People hit him in their pockets, dude. Hit R. Kelly in his pockets, man.
It's nuts, man. Like that guy, he's something else. But you know what? It's always I'm just gonna be blunt because I don't know how to say it right. It's always like the weirdos and the people who got something wrong with them that are just like uber talented at stuff.
Well, I mean,
or not even that uber talented, but just are so like charismatic. They just like make people gravitate to them.
Well, it's the cult leader thing. Dude, people either fall into two categories. They want to be leaders or they want to be followers.
Well, there you go.
Oh, hey, so here's my Marvel versus DC topic. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
We could do the villains.
Oh, I like that. All right, I like that.
Oh, do you?
I do like that.
Would you like to hear the 4 for DC?
Nah.
Would you like to hear the 4 for Marvel?
Sure.
Was that a yes?
Hey, give me 2 Marvel and then give me 2 DC.
Copy that. Ready?
I'm ready.
2 DC, 2 Marvel. I was a Killmonger. 2 DC, 2 Marvel. First, of course, DC. The Joker.
Of course.
Lex Luthor.
That's heavy off top. Both human though.
Yeah, no. Oh. Is the Joker human?
He's human, but he's got some Lazarus pit in him.
Dude, I would like to, and I want everybody to please make your comments. Batman sat down on that chair, was the omnibus chair, or sat down on that chair and asked the Joker asked the chair one question. The chair will answer any question you can think of it because it's omnipotent and omnipresent. He said, "What's the Joker's true identity?" And he said the Joker has 3 different people.
That doesn't mean he's not human. He's still human.
He's dude, and the Batman who laughs. The only thing that they could do to kind of combat the Batman who laughs after they put him versus the Joker. So there is quite a big rumor that the Joker isn't really a human.
So it's not confirmed, though, he's not a human. I'm not saying he's not, but it's not confirmed.
It's never confirmed. So I want to throw that out there. Now, let me just give you this.
Okay.
Marvel, we can do the Red Skull and oh man, I had another choice, delicious one. It was not Magneto.
Magneto?
No, it wasn't. I had another good baddie. Sebastian Shaw.
Okay.
He's ruthless, dude.
I know.
Okay, go.
What you mean go? It's you.
Oh, well, you want 2 more? Okay, great.
Oh, you want me to give the other 2?
Oh, I know. If you have them, because I have 2 others.
Well, let's compare the 2 and see which ones we like better.
Go for it.
All right. So on the DC side, I see you got some power on the Marvel side over here. Red Skulls are very underrated.
I got some other hitters too, man. Go ahead.
So for DC, and I'm probably living in the moment, but I'm gonna go with Black Manta.
Dude, listen to me, Regular Scott. I was gonna say Black Manta because he is a homicidal freak and Vandal Savage.
Vandal Savage is good.
Black Mantha's awesome, dude.
Okay.
Did you remember that story where for Black Mantha in the comics where Aquaman was dead for a while, so Black Mantha had nothing. He wasn't into revenge anymore. So he opened up in near Pike's Place near Seattle, Washington. He opened up a seafood market where he'd serve customers and had the best, freshest seafood, and people loved him. And he was a really cool guy and everything, And then he had the business for years, and then all of a sudden he heard that Aquaman was resurrected and came back. He killed every one of his customers and just left his shop, blew it up, and just became Black Mantha again.
Wow.
He took his knife and literally, he was on the news and said, Aquaman has surfaced. He just picked up his knife and slaughtered everyone in that shop, blew up his shop, and just went back into the water.
That's a true hate.
That dude is ruthless, man. Ruthless.
I'm kind of torn between these two. For my second one, I was thinking Ra's al Ghul or Deathstroke.
Ooh, man. Both those are really good ones, though, too.
So so we got 3 for sure on DC: Joker, Lex Luthor, and Black Mantha. Manta. So which one of these 3 are we going with? Vandal Savage, Raz, or Deathstroke?
Man, I like that Deathstroke idea, though.
Okay, Deathstroke. Because
he's not afraid to kill. He's ruthless, dude.
All right, let's get back to the Marvel side. We need 2 more.
Okay. On the villainy, right? So
villain.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Juggernaut out there.
Juggernaut's good, but Juggernaut sometimes can be.
Is he a bit much for this fight?
Well, he sometimes he's not always a villain. He's just this massive thing that just can't be stopped.
That's fair. That's fair.
You could, because if you want to say villain, you could say Hulk, because the Hulk was a villain in Old Man Logan.
No, you're right. That's fair. That's fair.
That's
fair.
Let me see here. Oh, look, there's Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo's good. How about? So I guess I can't use like a bullseye.
You could if you wanted to. He's lethal.
Because I was thinking about maybe a bullseye and like a Taskmaster.
Look, man, a bullseye is a long range assassin.
So he would work. We'll go bullseye.
Yeah, and then Taskmaster, dude, like literally, well, see, the Taskmaster, the only fault with Taskmaster is he has to be, you should pick him if it's involved with brawlers, because he can adapt to anything.
Well, it depends on I guess Vito's not really a brawler.
Yeah,
here.
see, that's also my problem with Deathstroke, is it's he's lethal, he's a lethal assassin like Bullseye. But I want the connivers, dude. I want the long end gamers. And speaking of long end gamers, Marvel, Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin.
Hey, and then, man, please forgive me. Don't put a curse on me. I just have to say it. Dude, Marvel, bad guys, fucking Loki, dude.
He's got too much power, though.
I know, but
for this
Loki
fight,
is evil.
Oh no! I agree, but he's got too much power for this fight.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it.
All right, so let's see if we like these 4. So DC, we got Joker, Lex Luthor, Black Manta, and Deathstroke.
Perfect, right?
Marvel, we got Red Skull, Sebastian Shaw, Bullseye, and Kingpin. I think we should take Sebastian off.
Yeah, and how about we take Sebastian off and give him and put we said Bullseye, Kingpin, Red Skull. Do you want to do Baron Zemo? Or
how about Mystique?
Yeah.
Or is she not really? Are we not considering her a villain? Because I get it.
She floats, man. She floats
Maybe how about a Doc Ock or a Harry Osborn?
See, I want to talk about the freaks, like some Vulture or some Doc Ock.
Vulture. How about Kraven the Hunter?
Kraven the Hunter. Hey, Eric Killmonger, Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, Kraven the Hunter would be a great one, dude.
All right, Kraven the Hunter.
People.
All right, hey, so that's our 4.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. So here are your choices. We got
Take
Marvel.
your polls, everybody.
Yeah, we got Marvel, Red Skull, Bullseye, Kingpin, and Kraven the Hunter. And then on the DC side, we got Joker, Lex Luthor, Black Manta, and Deathstroke.
Love it.
I will be putting these out on Twitter. I'm going to leave them up for about 2 days this time. And I'm going to let you guys vote on it. Whoever you guys pick, they will be entering the Battleground. And then Oz and myself will pick one of those two. And then we're going to have another Battleground. Hopefully it won't be as lopsided as this one was. But at least it started a good conversation. Because I kind of like the little story you told with the way everybody started kind of flying in. Turned into a big melee.
It turned into, it will just get nasty. It will turn into a Marvel versus DC brawl.
So let me ask you this: let that brawl happen and everything. Let's take Scarlet Witch out because she can just erase everyone.
Yeah, she just is too powerful,
So let's
man.
just erase. Let's just take her out the conversation. Everybody else though stays in. Who's the last person standing? You started the story. You got to finish it. Who's the last one standing?
Man, I feel like eventually Captain America would eventually get taken out by something. The last person standing, man.
It might be Dick Grayson because he's crawled up trying to heal up.
Nah, man, because in Injustice they got Dick Grayson being taken out by a rock.
Hey, look, and then you got Punisher. He up there sniping people. Green Arrow's doing the same thing. Him and Bullseye are picking, or Punisher and Bullseye are on two sides picking people off.
Hey, man, I was
and Hawkeye.
Captain America would definitely bring in Punisher, and then Batman is just waiting for Green Arrow. They got Hawkeye coming in. It is a melee fest, dude.
Deadshot.
Yeah, and Punisher comes in just because he's just like, Cap, I owe you.
Hey, that'd be cool. Punisher and Deadshot, I think, would be a cool little battle.
Oh, that would be the ultimate battle. Yeah, those two would definitely be doing their thing, dude.
And then you'd have Green Arrow versus Hawkeye. There'd be some good matchups, actually.
There would be some really good, like Selena, Catwoman versus Black Widow would be an awesome fight.
Do you think so? I feel like Selena's got a pretty decent advantage. I feel like that kind of, her in her like her claws and stuff like that.
Man, please, man, the Widow bite, dude.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I still feel like Catwoman's got a pretty decent advantage, though.
Yeah, I guess, man. But the Black Widow to me is the equivalent to Catwoman for the DC. She's just Marvel's Catwoman.
I think she's a better fighter.
She's seductive. She's a lethal fighter.
Yeah, I think she's a better fighter than Catwoman.
You never see Selena. You see Selena with her whip, but you never see Selena with a rifle, a sniper rifle, pistols. Black Widow can handle herself with any weapon.
Okay, then let's do it this way. Then let's take Selena out. I think Batman would have called Lady Shiva.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go into a brawl like that, you pull all the strings you can. He probably would call Raz, Bane.
Yeah. Well, then you delve into a little weirdo world, man, because if Black Widow was involved in this thing, Cap has talked to Daredevil, and somewhere along the line, Daredevil has talked to Elektra.
Iron Fist.
And Elektra and Iron Fist can be like, yo, let's go ahead. We can handle Lady Shiva. You know?
No, I'm with. I'm not arguing. I'm just pointing it out. I'm just saying it would start getting down to like some really nitty gritty and like you can't mess up once.
No, it will be like it will be like a brawl. You know?
It'd be great.
Yeah, like and Deathstroke said about fighting Batman, he said, like, yeah, Batman's not a metahuman, but you cannot mess up one time, one miscalculation, and he has you,
I'm with it. Well, that was the Battleground, everyone. So That took
That was awesome.
It took
That
a
was
more
good.
show than I thought. We might not have enough time to get to your Young Justice preview, so we might have to save that for next week.
All right, that's fine, man. Because like if we save it for next week, then we're gonna definitely have I'll have 6 episodes to preview.
No, you won't.
What do you mean? Why?
Because you only gonna have the 3 that came out this week.
Next Friday, because the 3 more come out next Friday.
Yeah, but we record before Friday.
Oh hell, man.
We could put it. We could record on Friday if you want after you watch the extra 3.
That's fine, man. It's fine, man. But you know. Hey, everybody, get prepared for what my final thought's going to be because you know it's going to be.
Oh my God! You know what it was for the whole 2018. You know what it's going to be for the whole 2019.
It was a very thought out, well planned final thought, and I'm DC Universal's waiting for my little cut of the check. So.
My final. Well, I mean, we're not. This, by the way, this is not our final blows, but my final blow is probably going to end up being like, the Guardian or Jar Jar or something having a lightsaber fight.
Yeah, dude, with Machine Gun Kelly.
With Waterlog Kelly wearing Mara's hair, fighting Jar Jar Binks while they're both standing on top of his motorcycle.
Yes, dude. Hey. You're not waterlogged. We're waterlogged.
You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
You're right.
You are not the Flash, Barry.
Yeah, moving on.
Sorry, I had to play it twice.
Yeah, and I don't know why I'm on this Machine Gun Kelly kick, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't know either. Like, I didn't think he was like terrible or something. He was fine.
God, dude,
he was fine in the movie. You just came at him.
Man, that whole. Anyway, moving on.
All right. So with what time we have left, let's.
What time we have left?
I mean, we like an hour and 13 minutes into the show.
Yeah, we are knee deep in it, dude. We got
that Battleground went longer than you thought. Nightwing held his own.
Yeah, dude. And he was sweaty. He's a little confused because his mentor broke some bad news to him about Batgirl.
Hey, look, by the way, she never showed up to the fight.
Yo, how demoralizing. This cat is in the fight of his life. And your mentor drops a bomb on you like that, dude.
Look, she don't even show up. She can't even show her face.
And then look, man. She's like she wants to show up regular Sky. But Batman being a dick locked the codes out to her.
No. She's in the Batmobile.
Dude.
She's in the Batmobile. He said, "Hey, look, keep it started. We might have to leave early."
Man, dude.
You know he's always prepared.
Dude, this guy, man, the Killing Joke, man. That Batman's bad. That Batman ain't
Batman's bad.
That Batman is a bad man.
Not only does he have sex with Barbara Gordon, I'm gonna go ahead and say if he's gonna have sex with Barbara Gordon, he killed the Joker at the end.
Dude,
he definitely killed him because he
mean,
went crazy.
What line was there to cross?
Right, at that point.
Jim Gordon's like, don't kill him. I want him brought in by the book. That vigilante had sex with your daughter. He what? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Man.
Hopefully, there's no sex scenes in the next. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't want to see no sex scenes in Batman Hush.
Dude,
actually, we're definitely gonna get one in Batman Hush.
The only thing I want to say is, man, Jim Gordon went down to Wayne Manor and was like, yo, Alfred, I need to talk to Bruce. And Alfred was like, Master Gordon, good to see you, sir. What brings your visit? He goes, look, motherfucker, you know what the hell I'm doing here, man. Don't
Shots fired.
play game.
That's what would happen.
No, because he peep game. Now I'm really pissed off. You got me so mad, Red Witch Guy. Dude, Batman has an intercom link to the Batcave and Alfred at all times. He broadcast the whole shit to him.
Oh, snap.
Man, dude, I'm just like, Alfred, you have been implemented, and you have been You're an accomplice to all this.
Yo, look, you ain't got to keep bringing Alfred into it though.
Alfred ain't stupid. Alfred he hit the record button and recorded the whole shit.
And look, and then Alfred was like, "No, let me call Lucius."
Dude, yo, Lucius, what you doing tonight? Yo, man, I recorded this whole thing. You will not believe what Bruce was doing. And Lucius is like, well, Alfred, that's just his persona as the playboy. No, that's some bullshit, dude. This dude was with young Barbara Gordon. He was like, Barbara? The redhead?
The redhead?
The girl who's got like red hair like Mira?
You talking about Dick's girl?
Just like Mira.
You talking about Dick's girl?
Wait, Dick's girl, right? He's like, yeah, Dick's girl, dude. He's like, oh shit. Dude, and then the next thing, you know how Lucius is. Lucius was like, yo, Selena, I gotta tell you some shit. And Selena's like, he did what? This motherfucker just asked me to marry him.
You know what? Let me go tell Talia.
Man.
Let me go tell Damien too.
Let me go talk to Spoiler and Batwoman. Tell him this dude is a predator.
Let me tell them to stay away. Stephanie, Carrie, all of them need to stay away.
Yo,
look, who knows what happened in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman? Then,
yo, dude. All I know is Wonder Woman was like, you did what? With who?
Yeah, Wonder Woman wouldn't be happy about that either.
No,
she wouldn't be happy about it either.
Yeah, dude.
Superman would probably be like, listen, Bruce, you know better. you know better.
Hey, Zartana, before you say anything and start speaking backwards, I need to explain the situation to you. Come on, man. Give me a break, dude.
All right, we gotta get off we gotta get off of this. That's what she said.
Listen, the point of all this, why did he put that in the Killing Joke?
Yeah,
dude?
the point is that it was stupid. It wasn't necessary. It didn't help.
You added problems. You weren't creating anything, dude. It was no point to it.
Oh, man.
People who did that don't like comics.
I definitely didn't expect us to start ripping into the Killing Joke like we did, but it did. It deserves it.
You expected it because you know we rip into everything. Because each show we do, someone's on the butcher block, dude. If you're doing stupid stuff with comics and the stuff that we love,
we're gonna let you know. Yeah, we're gonna let you know. We're gonna point you out.
You do not get a free pass on Marvel versus DC.
And look, we know everybody has a different opinion and likes different stuff, but as a longtime comic reader, I can't support that.
Dude, we are called Take a Knee from Marvel versus DC because we show respect to the genre. You ain't showing respect for what you did, bros.
Bruce knows better. He too old for that.
Bruce would never even play that kind of nonsense, dude. Bruce is like, hey, yo, Heidi Klum, like, I got her on speed dial. What am I doing with you? Go to the library, girl.
Don't you have a class or something?
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, man. Aren't you in college? I mean, wait, that's a lie. Aren't you in high school still?
No, I think she was in college.
Fine, dude. Aren't you a freshman still? Give me a break. Bruce would... Dude, look. Ben
Listen,
Affleck,
she was legal. Like, we can at least say that. She was
that's
legal.
That's fine. But Ben Affleck shooting his gun might be that Batman. But there ain't no Batman doing that kind of shit.
No. Actually, that's George Clooney's Batman.
That is Val Kilmer's Batman.
No, man, Val Kilmer's Batman was not worse than George Clooney's.
Dude,
you keep saying that, but it was not worse than George Clooney's.
I'm not having no blonde hair Batman. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
Well, at least he didn't pull out a credit card, a bat card, like George did.
Oh, whoa, come on, man, dude. Or that
never leave the cave without it.
You know, I mean, they all had nipples. They all had nipples and belly buttons.
Oh, and let's not forget that George Clooney's Batman also had skates on the bottom of his boots. How do you know how do you know you need skates?
Yeah, dude, that was some buffoonery at its best.
They were playing hockey with a diamond.
Yeah.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger came in and gave a bunch of puns.
And then George Clooney gave his heartfelt speech to Chris Donnelly saying,
Chris
"You
O'Donnell.
are my brother." You know?
Yeah, they tried.
And I was like, no, he's not your brother.
If anything, he's more of like your son.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like, what are you doing?
He's your ward.
And he's supposed
son.
to, and look, Chris O'Donnell's supposed to be like 16 years old, and he looks like he's 28.
Dude, that cat is like, hey, by the way, I take a 1-a-day vitamin.
Oh, snap. All right. Man, Batman's not having a good day on our show.
Dude, Batman's on the block, dude. The killing joke set it off for me, dude.
Oh, man. I was worried about Nightwing getting hurt, but I think Bruce is going to be he's feeling it the most.
Man. Next Twitter poll is Batman versus himself.
No, the next one's going to be who's the worst Batman? Batman from The Killing Joke, Val Kilmer's Batman, George Clooney's Batman, or Batman anytime he has a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
No, I might put that up for real.
Hey. Let's see, because we know in the Twitter world you're going to win, so it don't matter.
Hey, look, I do get love from the. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all do show me love. At least I'm hoping.
Dude, it's all. Dude, hey, so you 4 people who know Scott from whatever, you know.
It was more than
friends,
4 people who voted.
Friends,
okay.
Potential Barbara Gordon, potential this major dicks. Stop appeasing this guy's ego, dude. It's not good.
Now listen, it could have been a bunch of your fans, and they were just setting me up.
No, and I'm not trying to be a negative person. I really am trying to work on it for 2019. How y'all going to sit up there and legitimately put Nightwing up against Captain America?
They did it for me, man.
Dude, hey, show me the love y'all be showing regular Scott, dude.
Hey, look, now we're getting to the bottom of it.
Look, I ain't saying I got issues with it. I ain't saying I'm upset by this. I'm trying to be a bigger person, man.
Now we're getting to the bottom of it.
Show me some Twitter love. y'all got me up here making me feel like I'm Batman from The Killing Joke, y'all.
Hey, look, so I guess I shouldn't tell you about the poll I have up now.
Okay. Hey, after The Killing Joke, I need a good laugh, please.
All right. I asked who was going to win the battleground, Nightwing or Captain America, or regular Scott representing Nightwing or Uncle Oz representing Captain America.
And, of course, they were like, regular Scott.
You know it.
Dude. Tell your wife to stop voting multiple times. It ain't cool, dude. It is not cool. Tell her she should be concentrating on work these days, man.
Hey, look, like I said,
not trying to get Twitter bots and the Russians to be voting and stuff, dude. Come on, man.
Like I said, I appreciate the love, man. They look out for me, man. They like regular Scott because I'm a regular guy.
Man, dude,
you're Craven the Hunter. They're scared of you.
They scared of that chicken grease and the Killmonger, man.
Peace and chicken grease.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Well, look, we just spent 15 minutes talking about how you're mad that I get more votes than you. So
yeah, hey, look, we're going to have to catch up on the next episode, on the next podcast, on all the stuff we missed this time, man.
All right. Well, let's just give it a look. I'm sure everyone has, if they're going to watch it, well, Titans was great. Go out of your way to watch it. Let's just do a quick little review of it. We could do a quick review. Let's talk about some highlights, some memorable scenes, memorable moments, stuff we like, stuff we didn't like. We can hit some bullet points.
Over and over what we don't like so much, but the things to me, actually, regular Scott, you go. Mine's real quick, but you go ahead.
Okay. Some of the things I really liked about the show, obviously, Dick Grayson's amazing in this show, and that's not me blowing smoke. He's legit a really good character. He's
so talented.
Yeah, and the actor's really good. He does a good job of showing the quiet rage that kind of builds in him. He does a good job of unleashing that rage when he puts that mask on. And I don't think that's an easy thing to do, especially when half your face is covered. He does a really good job emoting his emotions. Is that the right word, emoting? Yeah, we'll go with that. Starfire is really good. It's nice to have a strong black female character who doesn't take anything from anyone.
Even minus the controversy, it's nice. She does her character well.
She does her character really well, and she's a really good leader. Like, she can lead that group, no problem.
Yeah, she does a really good mix of like being sensual, being like smart,
and she's good looking too.
She's beautiful. She's great.
Yeah, Raven's good for her role. Beast Boy's okay. I'm not really feeling Beast Boy like that. He's okay.
He's okay. I'm not sold on Beast Boy. And Raven can be. I want to see some other sides of her. She's good, but there's more to her, I think.
I agree. Fight scenes, I think, were great. Some of my favorites were. One of my favorites easily is definitely the Dick Grayson introduction one. That's just brutal and sets the tone for the show and shows you how it's going to go. When Dove and Hawk and Dick Grayson are all fighting and they're all in unison and sync, that's a beautiful choreographed sequence.
Hey, and the Asylum's good too.
The Asylum is great when they're fighting in the Asylum and Dick Grayson goes to work on them dudes with a wrench.
Yeah, hey, dude, and let me ask you this. Let me get your opinion on something, Regular Scott.
What's up?
Dude, for me, I felt, and I don't want to say don't you feel, but I felt like I would be so happy if season 2, if I could see a flashback of seeing young Robin in a suit and in action, because that actor is great too. I loved him too. When
you say young Robin, what do you mean? Oh, the kid when they do like the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome,
that would be cool. That would be cool. You get like a little bit of it, when he gets back. From like
him and Donna Troy have a little interaction too,
Yeah, no, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, I would love to see a young Dick Grayson in his costume doing his thing. That would be really cool to see.
And you don't really even have to show Batman a lot.
You wouldn't have to because. And now another highlight that was an awesome fight scene was Hawk and Dove, but when it was the brothers, and I just remember them fighting in the library.
Yeah, that was dope, especially after they were just fighting with each other.
Yeah, that was really, to me, that was like, oh, they are brothers,
Yeah, no, that was a really good, and that showed that quick little 2-minute scene created a lot more depth in Hawk's character.
Oh yeah, dude, dude. And then you saw when Dove was talking to the dean, and it was just like basically saying "fuck you," And you saw Hank Hawk start smirking and smiling. It was awesome.
No, it was great, good. And they both they both grew as characters in that 5-minute scene.
It was great, dude. It was great. It was really over the top and good. And man, again, I can't speak enough about how that actor is amazing as Dick Grayson. He's so good.
He's really good. He's really good. Now let me ask you a question, because I don't know the answer to this. Do Dick Grayson and Dove have a relationship in the comics?
No, because the way Hawk and Dove were originally made out of the 60s. As a direct response to the Vietnam War, as in like literally the Hawks who were for the war, and the Doves who were pacifists who were against the war. And so they always played them, and their powers they had superpowers. Like they were embedded with these abilities like super agility, super strength, a little bit of vulnerability. They could get shot and killed, and the whole deal was Hank was crazy. He was a brawler, kicking ass, really brutal. Dove was always a pacifist. Like when they would fight groups of people, Dove would always figure out a way to make the other person hurt themselves really bad without him hurting, Mm-hmm. And so eventually they even joined the Teen Titans, the old Teen Titans. They were members of the old Teen Titans. The storyline got old and boring, and at one point they had Dawn killed and was replaced by a female Dove, who had powers, and who had those big goggles and the hair and that costume. that costume is a direct result from the comic book Dove.
There you go. Knowledge from the comic connoisseur himself. So what are some things you didn't like?
And
one more thing I did like before we continue. I like Doom Patrol. I like the introduction of Doom Patrol.
It was good. I did not like or care too much. There would have been no issues with having my girl being orange for Starfire, but that's okay. CGI is all fine. That's no big deal.
Hey, look, as a blurred, I'm great with them just having her be a strong black
Right, it's
woman.
cool. It is cool. But and I will say your season finale number 11 was not that freaking awesome. But guess what? We saw Batman, and they weren't fucking around or saying like, Batman hasn't been seen in 3 years. They showed Batman.
That's true. And to be fair, they had a finale plan, but I guess they have bigger. I think Titans was a bigger hit than they thought it was going to be.
Oh, they were DC. I will promise you this: they took a gamble in DC Universe, and they were like, oh shit, people were into it, and they were shocked by it.
And this is the series that was supposed to be on TNT.
Oh, and it was also supposed to be Netflix too.
Well, no, but like TNT, this would have been on broadcast TV.
Yeah, can you imagine that being on TNT?
No, it can't. It wouldn't have been. It couldn't have been. It would have been a watered down Arrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been a watered down Arrow, not even a watered down Titans.
So not even being negative with on this Batman cake, but let's give DC some props, or at least Warner Brothers and DC Universe some props for actually being ballsy and releasing a gritty ass show that deserved to be a gritty ass show.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%.
It was kudos, dude.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And you can't really say that they're DIY, but an example of saying "fuck you," let's just do this shit ourselves. They did that,
and it's working.
It's brilliant. Kudos. It's awesome. It's amazing.
One thing I kind of wish they would have done, and they did do it to an extent, but I wish we would have gotten like a real big bad. I mean, we got Trigon, but I wanted a real central figure that they are all going after, which I guess is going to be what unites them in the next season. But I was kind of looking forward. We got a little bit of it when they came out the hotel in the Together
and they
episode.
fought the nuclear family, you know.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that was kind of the big bad.
Yeah. Well, but dude, I think all this is building towards some really awesome stuff. Like you're gonna like. I was so surprised to see some more Donna Troy. I was like, whoa, holy shit.
A little fight scene with Donna too.
You know?
Predictions.
Let's look and see what happens with old Superboy.
That was really cool. That made up for that terrible episode. Well, it wasn't a terrible episode, but that made up for the lackluster ending.
Dude, I got to tell you, man, and this is like not even trying to sound like a jerk, which I have been sounding like all episode. I apologize, but man,
waterlogged Kelly.
The 30 dude, water guns. The last 30 seconds that introduced Superboy and possibly Crypto or our Wolf dog, that made up for that whole episode. That made up for the entire episode.
Not the entire one.
It made up for the whole episode to me.
I can't give it the whole episode.
So, it was awesome. It
was great. It was great. He's a big dude too.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be.
Is Superboy supposed to be a big dude, or is he supposed to be just kind of a built guy?
No, Superboy is supposed to be like a muscular, like he should. For all intents and purposes, he should be bigger.
Like he looks like he's like twice as big as Hank, and Hank's a big guy.
But yeah, man. But you think about if you're being farm made, spoon fed, and you're a clone of Superman.
So let me ask you this then: how? I mean, I have no idea. I don't think you have an idea, and if you do, that's cool too. Mm-hmm. But like, how do you see them using Superboy and kind of fitting in with the group, and what do you think his purpose is going to be? Because if he's coming, there's got to be some type of villain that's going to have to be able to match him.
No, see, that's fine to say that, But what they did was some kind of fucking crazy shit, though. If you really think about it, think about this though. They introduced Superboy. You have to introduce Lex Luthor and Superman because that's who he's cloned off of.
Well, they can do with Superman what they've been doing with Wonder Woman and Batman. You can show the cape or something.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man. It's like
Lex Luthor's a good. That's an interesting one, though. Lex Luthor's an interesting one. That would be interesting.
They still have some. They still have a whole bunch of Batman villains that can like bring in. I think here's one they could do. They could easily bring in Blockbuster. He's a Nightwing villain.
Or maybe Blockbuster could be here you go. I'd like for Dick Grayson to go off on his own, do his Nightwing thing, Starfire take control of the team. Even if it's just them three, maybe Cyborg comes on or something. Mm-hmm. But then, have Dick Grayson fighting Blockbuster. He can't handle him by himself. Goes and gets the Titans.
Because there's a lot of villains that are going to need, because hey, we still need the Judas contract.
So we need a Terra. And we need a Deathstroke. Just
saying. The world's an open place, dude.
I think a Deathstroke would be amazing. I think a Ra's al Ghul would work in this world. You could easily have the League of Assassins.
Dude, you could put Speedy in here with some Arrow shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Speedy was a Titan.
No, absolutely. Here's who I don't want. I do not want a Wally West.
No, you don't need it because that's too much power.
I don't want a Wally West. I'm over the speedsters for a little bit.
Here's the thing, man. All this fucking Flash shit. All these goddamn speedsters who can go to speed of light. If you're a speedster and you get a speed of light, you can eliminate crime across the planet in a day.
That's why I'm not a big Flash guy, because he should have no issues.
Yeah, there's no story.
Even though Flash season 1 was really good.
No, that's acceptable because he's learning how to develop his power.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Dude, you cool.
You're right.
As soon as you start flipping through universes and timelines, I'm like, okay.
Well, see, this is the problem. Barry was cool when he was figuring out his powers, and he was like, "Yeah, I can do this." Then he started to get hungry. He was like, "Let me just go save my mom."
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? You're not supposed to do that. But that's a whole nother can of worms. Maybe we'll save the Flash bashing for next episode.
Hey, I got plenty of people to bash. Dude.
It was Batman's turn this time, so. All right, so those are your predictions, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cyborg, is he coming next season, or do you think?
No, he's not, because he's got to do this Doom Patrol shit, dude.
Well, we'll see how that goes. That'll be coming out soon, so that's something to look forward to.
And we also have to see if they make Doom Patrol into this kind of clownery, buffoonery shit, because I don't want to clown Cyborg, dude.
Well, maybe that's what sets Cyborg off. There's got to be some way for him to get to the Titans. There has to be some type of interaction.
Dude, I got to clown Cyborg when I watch Teen Titans Go. I'm good with anything else.
Teen Titans Go it's not a bad show.
No, it's great,
especially for the kids and me. And Mara. And Waterlog.
Oh, come on. I'm moving on.
The Guardian writes that show.
Oh, God. Moving on.
Okay. Well, hey, that's all we got for you this show. Next week.
Wait. There's no one else for me to bash?
Let me think. John Malkovich from Birdbox.
Yeah, dude, even that cat was in there too, man.
Sarah Paulson, the girl from that's in Split or in Glass.
Yeah.
She's in it too. Earl, is his name Earl? The black guy that knew what was going on? Daryl. Yes. Daryl?
Oh my God.
Darrell?
Cat, right? From Get Out, right?
Yeah, that guy, he was in it.
Yeah, dude.
Was somebody else in it too?
I feel like there was, but
the black dude is from Moonlight.
Oh,
yeah, he's the final, he's the kid as an adult in Moonlight.
Very interesting.
Moonlight's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good movie.
Okay.
It's not for everybody, though. I will say that, and it's kind of slow, and it's not for everybody. But I liked it. I watched it on the airplane. It was good on the airplane, at least.
Okay.
I don't know how it would be at home.
No, I heard nothing but great things about Moonlight because it's just like I haven't heard anything bad about it. It's just very smart. I like those indie films like that.
Spoiler alert! Moonlight is pretty much about a gay gangster who has to accept being gay.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the gist of the story. But it's really well done.
Yeah.
It's really well done. Next week, we are going to have our monthly, this is now going to be a monthly thing, our monthly open mic night.
Yes,
and
sir.
We have a special guest who, let's see.
He's a fan of the show, and he's coming on to get young regular ass Scott straight on his terrible decisions.
He's got some strong opinions about some things I said, and he's going to let me know about it.
Yeah, because regular Scott doesn't believe it when I say it, so we have to have some other. This is an intervention for regular Scott.
To be fair, he agreed with me on most of what I said. To be fair, but that's all we'll leave you with. That's all we'll leave you with. And the only other hint I will give you is that you've probably heard his voice on a Battleground episode.
Ooh,
so that's all. That's all I'll leave you with. But he will be one of our guests next week for the open mic night. We will talk some Young Justice. We'll at the very least, cover.
Dude, we got to give Young Justice some props, okay?
Oh, well, I mean, we can do it. We can do a young. It's open mic night, so we can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah,
but we can definitely talk like Young Justice first 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be at least 3 episodes in.
Yeah, we should do. Let's give Young Justice a little bit of time, not a lot, just a little bit, because it's gearing up to be something crazy right now.
No, we can definitely do that, and that'll be next week. So. If you haven't yet, follow us on Twitter at NeedForMarvelVsDC. Send us emails at NeedForMarvelVsDC@gmail.com. Hit us on the gram, at the Facebook, NeedForMarvelVsDC. Go to FiLife.com. Subscribe, like us and give us 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe and like us on Spreaker, Radio Public, TuneIn Radio, Spotify.
Hit that like button, y'all.
Hit it, man. Button. Look, leave a review. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. But make sure you give us 5 stars, even if you only think we're 1-star generals.
Right.
Listen, here's what's going to happen. If we don't get 5 stars, I'm sending Water Gun Kelly, The Guardian, Jar Jar Binks, and Iris West. And they're all coming. They're all coming.
Yeah, they're coming with red wigs on.
Mara's hair.
They're coming for you, dude.
Final blow time. Oz, what you got for the final blow?
Man, final blow. I rewatched the Daredevil season 2, the Punisher prison scene. Crazy. And just watching Kingpin again was really nuts again. That was awesome. And y'all, Young Justice.
Here we go.
It's coming.
Here we go.
It is gearing up to be some good stuff. I love all the tech. Even your boy Nightwing is in there being lethal and brutal. It's beautiful. Yeah. Regular Scott will appreciate Young Justice like he appreciates Teen Titans because Nightwing is not a punk.
Shout out to Jesse McCartney, the voice of Nightwing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my final blow is I picked up a new comic. It is the history of wrestling through the eyes of a comic, and it goes through the entire, and it's an unbiased look, which I really appreciate. And it goes through the entire history of wrestling I'm talking from the Greek days beginnings to just how holds began, the very first world heavyweight champions, how it got real big in Europe and they brought a different style, how the word catch-as catch can, how that came, the headlock, how that was used. Just, I mean, they used to in the comic, it portrays them wrestling for hours, and people would come out and watch them for that. I mean, it's a really good book. I'm a big wrestling fan, so it caught my eye, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really good, really well done.
Well, Brother Scott, on another tip, I want to, since you are on some like real wrestling, I just heard a story about this one cat from Arizona who was a state champion, but he was like lethal and brutal, but he only had one leg.
Really?
Yeah. It was on Radio Lab. No, that's not true. It was on Snap Judgment. And it's a series called On the Mat. And this cat was born with one leg and not like amputated at the like knee or shin, missing a complete leg up to like the hip socket. And he learned wrestling because his cousin encouraged him to do it. Father was a bit of an asshole. Mom was always encouraging, but he learned wrestling through his cousin. Went to his first match, walked out on stage. This woman laughed at him, lost his first match, got his ass kicked, walked back to the locker room. He was so pissed off. He was like, man, I could have taken this guy. What is up, man? And people gave him, he said the most hurtful thing was people giving him the pity clap. And the next year, they got a new coach. The coach said, I want you to try the stance. And the guy's like, I don't want to do the stance because it makes me feel like I'm awkward. Eventually, he started doing it. He just started destroying people, dude. Destroying people.
That's awesome.
Freshman year, came in last place. By the time he graduated as senior in high school, undefeated.
That's awesome.
Undefeated. And it got so bad where he was he became they were blogging about it, and people were going, does he have an advantage because he only has one leg?
Oh, here we go.
And he was like, first you were saying I was disadvantaged because I have one leg. What's going on with this? Yeah, dude, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
That's cool. Story. That's cool. And also, R.I.P. Mean Gene Okerlund. He passed away.
Peace,
so
man, for sure.
Definitely.
I grew up with that cat, dude.
Yeah, you did. He was a little before my time. I got to see him a little bit before he retired.
No, I straight up grew up with that, watching that cat all the time. But yeah, rest in peace, man.
No, that's a big loss for the wrestling world. So, but that's the show. So we did it. We're coming back at you next week with the open mic. Don't forget we got our Marvel vs. DC going on, so go to the Twitter and vote.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Marvel, Red Skull, Bullseye, Kingpin, Kraven the Hunter, DC, Joker, Lex Luthor, Black Manta, Deathstroke. Let us know who's coming into the Battleground next week.
Regular Scott can't win either, by the way, y'all.
Oh, I'm winning. Hey, look, here. Go ahead and pick Deathstroke for DC. Go ahead and pick Kraven the Hunter for Marvel.
See, y'all, if you do this, you're not helping Ozzy Killmonger, and because I'm prone to conspiracy theories. You're not helping. So do the right thing for once, everybody. Thank you.
All right, Oz. Tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody have a good week, and as usual, peace and chicken grease, y'all.
And y'all have a good time, because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.